Hello, YouTube family, friends and followers. My name is Andrew, and today I'm going to be speaking about why I'm starting this first video. This is going to be my first vlog, and I'll try and post videos on here um, on Saturdays because that's mostly the time I'll have to post any videos. So, my name is Andrew, and I'm a 30-year-old young man. I have gone through a lot in life that as the time goes on, you'll get to know a little bit about me. But it's enough to show me that, everyone's achieving certain things at certain ages. It's not too late. This is a video that's going to be encouraging a lot of um, people above the age of 30 who think that there's not much for them to do in their life, and they feel like there's no purpose. But there is a purpose. I kept on pushing being public and talking to a bunch of strangers who don't even know me or have seen me, or ever heard of my name before. And, I'm right here sitting at a Tim Hortons. For anybody else around the world who's wondering what Tim Hortons is, it's a coffee uh, restaurant. It's a place where we come to enjoy some coffee, some treats, some food. Family comes here, so it's just like Starbucks or how you'd have McDonald's, but only they focus more on the coffee. And yeah, so this is like live. It's not edited or anything. So, as I was saying, purpose. Purpose is something that you are put and brought into this world to fulfill, right? So, a lot of people are born asking themselves, at age 20, what is now my purpose? Because those first years of your life, going to school, being at home, you get asked as a kid, what do you want to be when you grow up? And then it's interesting because you don't even know sometimes. You don't even know if it's something you want to do or if it's something you just think it's a good idea to do, right? So, right about when I was growing up, when I turned 11, I believe, I looked at the dictionary, and in the first letter, A, I looked for one of the difficult words that I couldn't pronounce, and that word was architecture. And I was like, wow, what is an architecture, or an architect? Um, what does architecture stand for? And who does architecture? So the name is an architect. So I loved construction. My thing was always about breaking things as a child, destroying things, but also the curiosity to know how it's built was the real thing, was what made it seem like it was more of a destructive nature that I had. But it was just the curiosity to see how it was built, what makes the engines in the toys that I had move, what makes the things that are built in it function the way they're supposed to. What was the purpose of the toy and what is behind the purpose of the toy, and why are houses big, some houses are small, why don't we live in castles, and why don't we live by water, all those things. And why are houses built with wood, some are built with brick, some are built with metal, and it was interesting, construction. So my curiosity with that got my mom to buy me Legos, and I remember I had a briefcase of Legos, well, probably about 600 pieces. They were all over the house, and it was frustrating to have Legos piling up everywhere. So I started building and building and building and building houses, and I now started to understand the joy of building, which ended up being architecture. Because I asked my grandmother, God bless her soul, um, why did architects just sit down and design? After I asked what an architect was and I looked into the dictionary again, and, got to understand that they only design, they only draw things. So my interest built from then on, you know, or maybe my interest actually built on way before then, but just when I was confident enough to pronounce like very huge words, uh, I believe, okay, maybe I got the age wrong. Maybe it was at age 7. Is that age 7 or age, yeah, age 7 or age, between ages 6 to 7. But then at age 11 was when I fully knew that that's what I wanted to be. I wanted to be an architect. But I also had a different side to me. I had the side of wanting to make people happy, cheerful. They always called me the class clown. I was the one that always cracked the jokes or mimicked accents or, was able to tell a story out of nowhere. I was a fun going, I still am. But with age comes experience, and with experience comes understanding that there are certain audiences that will not appreciate your nature, but you also have to not let that prevent you from not becoming who you truly are or enjoying who you are naturally. So, let me wrap this video up by starting with this one part in saying that with your purpose, even if you don't find it, it is in there. It is in there. Never doubt your purpose. Whether you're an extrovert or an introvert or both, your purpose is there. The thing you can't help but see yourself doing consistently, understand why that is, and embrace it. Now, I know I said that out with so much carefreeness, or so much carefree in my tone. Meaning, just whatever embrace it. Now, even if you are a destructive person, know why you're being destructive. Even if you're somebody who likes to take, so long in doing certain things, maybe you are somebody who loves to pay attention to detail, and if you don't get the exact amount of detail time, you don't feel fulfilled. Everybody has a purpose. You could everyone's a natural teacher because somebody's always learning something from you. You may not meet the people that will learn from you right there and then, but you are a teacher in your own way. Okay, so here's to the very first video vlog I am going to post and make public and encourage everybody above the age of 30, because we're living right now in a microwave world. And trust me, if you're 30 and above right now, you know that things are not as fast paced as they were 20 years ago. They're not as fast paced as they were, 15 years ago, or as fast paced as even 10 years ago. So, I mean, the internet literally came up, when? 22 years ago? And, well, I say 22 because in Nigeria at that time, 22 years ago, internet wasn't something that everybody had. It was something that only offices had, or like big top companies that needed like a satellite connection and all that stuff, and they used broadband, and all that stuff. Anyways, so this is me breaking out of my shell. I know the more you get to know me, the more you get to understand that I am too extroverted, but at the same time, I am withdrawn when it comes to sharing this side of myself, on a video to the whole world, Alright, so I say peace, love, and always appreciate your creator, because whatever name you want to call him, Jehovah, Jesus, Lord, appreciate your creator, because you were created for a reason, and suicide is not an option. That is always going to be my message for everybody. Suicide is not an option. If you want to file for bankruptcy, if you want to lose everything and go start in some jungle somewhere. Be one with nature and pray to survive the next day and keep it moving.